Our next speakers are the co-founders of Qlink, Alan Lee and Susan Zhou. Alan is a former Huey software engineer. He owns multiple patents and commercialized the virtual SIM product and billing system, which supported 4 million paid users across Asia. He led the team to raise $30 million in investment. And Susan Zhou is a former partner at Rhodium Capital. She's got 10 years of experience in banking across Asia. So please give a warm welcome to Alan and Susan. All right, we have a slight delay. So how are you guys enjoying the conference? It's good? Okay. So until we get moving, we could do like a quick Q&A. I've got a little branch of experience in media, cryptocurrency, media, and whatnot, so. Well, I mean, between Stellar and Neo, I can't speak so much to the technical aspects of it because I'm not a developer. But one thing that I do see within the general ecosystem is the community around certain projects, which is the best sort of. It's not. I never give like investment advice, but it's one of the things you can look at for like a community and a team. If they're claiming they're going to reach all these goals, you want to look at the people in place. And the community around that's going to support the development of the ecosystem. I've become more and more familiar with Neo's ecosystem over, the past couple months, and it's amazing. In the community, you got events such as this popping up all over the place. So I hope that answers your question to the best of my ability. But community's awesome, dev team's awesome, people working on the project, meetups. That's the kind of stuff I like. So yeah, are you guys ready? Okay, the Qlink team, everybody.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm very excited to be here, and my name is Susan. And thank you, Neon, for giving us this opportunity to be here to share the latest progress about the Qlink. So we are the project actually already complete ICO, and it's been a month. And so I think today is more about sharing the progress about technology and open the gates to all the developers. And this is, joining me today is the chief architect of the Qlink, and Alan Lee. He's going to share more about the Qlink chain, which is the focus of today's presentation today. So can I have the, oh, thank you. So before I start my presentation, can you just raise up your hands if you heard about the Qlink, understand what we're doing? OK, thank you so much. I saw quite a lot of hands. So just cover the ground-up introduction for the people who haven't heard about us before. And Qlink is actually the first decentralized mobile network. And what is the mobile network? It's essentially the wireless connection, your touch points through Wi-Fi and the mobile data. I think most of you, just like me, it's become a necessity of life. And we just can't live without the internet. And most of us are subscribers for the telecom, and we pay our monthly bill and to get mobile data, to send SMS, to make calls. And there's 2.3 billion people like us globally. And there's actually, if you take one step back, you think about the system. The towers everywhere, base stations, small cell, even routers. But the system is quite centralized. You have AT&T, you have Verizon here. So they operate those resources in a very centralized format. That causes a lot of pain. So for example, we spend quite a lot of money, 450 billion US dollar for just building those infrastructures. There's 280 million of the fiber running underground right now. And there's 300 Wi-Fi hotspot has been everywhere. But the problem we had is if we go to a new place, we haven't asked for the Wi-Fi password, you can't get a connection. And or in some places, the country doesn't have the really good coverage. Even the US, unfortunately, 37% of the population doesn't have a broadband service. And on the family levels, a family of 4, they will have 3 computers and three mobile phone and 2 computer and a home router. That's combined together is 9.9 gigabytes of computing power, 2 to 10 megabyte of bandwidth, 500 gigabyte of the storage. But unfortunately, half of them are wasted. And how can we resolve those issues? And there's other issues as well. And problem of privacy. We care about my history on the internet. I care about if my account is safe. There's a problem about payment. There's no global Alipay, WeChat Pay to support the developing countries to settle the bill easily. People actually had turned the US dollars into the local currency, go to the post station, to pay monthly bills. Those are exactly real case in countries like Nigeria or other countries in Asia. The problem of trust. So when you receive the phone bill, have you actually thought about that? Do you actually use the data that the client you used before? Do you actually make those so much calls? And in another scenario, we review the restaurants, hotels, the people who give you the review. Have you ever been there before? Maybe just the files that's sponsored by the merchants. So how can we improve those issues? Or even another example I always like to make is a Tinder app. So when you swipe to the right, and people who climb just 200 meters away, maybe is 2,000 miles away, who knows, right? So how can we resolve the issue? So we think a decentralized creates a solution for those issues. So first of all, for unbalanced resource, you have to share. You have to introduce a system to incentivize the shares. And another thing is for the safety, for the privacy, safety protection, the P2P connection has to be established without interfere in any form of the centralization control. Another thing is like, and another thing is payments. In crypto payment is really powerful, especially for the countries, developing countries don't have internet-failed settlements. So those are the issues that Qlink trying to solve from the ground up. And our project is huge, and there's a few things we're trying to do. On the hardware levels, we actually gonna launch the Qlink base station, which is like a home router, fully braced with blockchain industry. This is gonna support POW and KPOS consensus mining. At the same time, it will support the Qlink network, make it safer. So in the middle level will be the Qlink chain, which is the focus of the presentation today. And on the top, and we will be just like Neo to support the dApps that's running on the Qlink chain that's related to any network services. So I'm gonna hand the stage to, so this is a graphic that's how I summarize on our project, base station, public chain, which is powered by Neo, and the Qlink chain, developer platforms, and the dApps. So I'm gonna hand the stage to Alan. He's gonna explain this really complicated graph.
Hello, this is Alan. Let me introduce the Qlink network operating system architecture. This is the overview of the network operating system architecture. You can see the first level is the Linux-based operating system that Qlink dApps can run on this operating system. The second level is the interface between the Qlink dApps and the Qlink protocol. The third level is the Qlink protocol cluster, including the P2P account sharing protocol, the resolution protocol, the billing protocol, and the firewall protocol, the decentralized search protocol. We build this protocol level to make sure the network be aware of the content transmitted. This part is the Qlink virtual machine, support the Qlink smart contract, and this is the crypto part. The rest of the architecture is the consensus part, we embed by the IPFS, have the proof of the space-time, proof of the retrievability, and the proof of the transmission. Three of these proofs are combined into the Shannon formula. We follow the principle that your stake should be divided by the workload. And we call this Shannon consensus. And support the Shannon consensus, what supported the Shannon consensus is the three part. This is the P2P network. This is the ledger, including the content exchange ledger and the network topology ledger. We can give more description about the Qlink protocol we have developed. The accounting share protocol can support the Qlink users share your membership account to other people, and at the same time can gain the Qlink token from it. For example, you can share your Wi-Fi account to other people, or you can share the Netflix account to other people. In this way, we can maximize the value of the membership service. The name resolution protocol support the private and customized resolution on the P2P network. That means you can gain the Qlink token from the resource sharing. The billing protocol can be used to evaluate the digital advertising activities if you want to keep an eye on the result of the online advertisement. You can involve the Qlink node to trace the advertisement volume and the reach of the advertisement. Okay, this is the overview of the Qlink mobile network operating system architecture.
So on this architecture, there's a lot of possibility for the DApp. So I just give some examples. So for example, the DApp I just mentioned about location services. If we open the Wi-Fi SDK to the developers to put that Wi-Fi SDK to the review app like Yelp. So whoever gives you the review have to be tap into that Wi-Fi of the merchants to submit the review. So this actually solves the trust problem to reviewers who actually have visited that place, visited that merchant, who share the experience. It could be embedded into the location dating apps like Tinder, and to make sure the people are in the circle and anything they shared is totally private through the P2P network. And other things could be the payments through the telecom assets sharings like Wi-Fi, VPN, or even telecom tower leasing could be settled through in crypto, especially those kind of telecom BO in the developing countries. And third one will be whoever want to, the dApps who have supported whoever want to operate its own network, set up the VPN, and then we can support distribute VPN to the crowds, and even the P2P gaming booster as well. So those are the examples of the dApps. But what I want to share today is a DApp we built by ourselves, just as an example. This is a Wi-Fi sharing DApp, and it is on my phone now. And I just got it registered, the Wi-Fi of Neo DevCon. So whoever have the Qlink Wi-Fi, this app, can just open the app and search the nearby Wi-Fi, and you tap this icon, you got connected without input any password. So this is something we call that account sharing. It can work for the Netflix, Hulu, or whatever you prepaid accounts, and you want to share the expenses to the others. The people who share your account don't have to know your username or password. It's just through the P2P connection. Another cool things I want to show you is we build a wallet inside as well. Can you put the password on? So we build a wallet inside the DApp already. It's running on the Neo testnets. So And you can use Neon to buy the QLC because we are utility tokens, and the token has to be used to pay for the network service. So you buy the Neon, you buy the QLC here, and you get connected. And we think this wallet is going to be your digital identity for anything you interact with in crypto, including your track record, transaction, even your identity as well. So anything that you want to use the Qlink service will be through this wallet. We are on the way to figure out fiat clearance, so you can just buy maybe 1 or 2 QRCs through fiat. So here's the other updates about the team, and we'll make some hiring as well. Mark, which is the former CTO of the StarHub and has been an advisor for the Qlink since ICO. We're honored to have him in the team as the chairman of the projects. It's really going to be standing up for us, push some innovations to the traditional companies. And another one is Cao Ying. He's been very active at the Chinese blockchain community. He's going to advise us on Chinese regulatories. Okay, so the last page is really, we are open to work with any developers who has an idea about how to utilize and maximize this network service in your country, even though it is very small, the only small contract or any tool you're building for your community regarding to the networking service, we support that. We give you the fundings, and we provide the teams and other resources. So that's what we conclude my presentation today. I hope I give you a good overview about the Qlink. So our team will be around after the presentation, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.